Girl, you're looking for a reason just to leave it, and I'm thinking the time is now, and I never really ever treat you better. So I'm picking you up, cause you gotta leave, so you can see what this could be. Just you and me, you deserve someone who loves you and goes out this way to make you smile.
Maybe it's the way that you look at me in the morning without saying the word, telling me that you want it, got me feeling so wanted. What he never did, used to cry for that, but you made him irrelevant. Now when he's around me, I could really care less. So he be texting, if she let him, he gon' cheat on her next. She can have that stress, I'm on to the next. Start off at the stomach, then it's on to the boy, you really on your J.O. I dig the way you sex it. Be going down for hours, that's a crazy work ethic. To get you a promotion, you keep that head extensive.
Always, I'm your host, MrVocabTV Talik. And this afternoon we coming to you from Nail Lounge up in Dyckman, on Broadway and Dyckman. And as you can see, you could get yourself pampered, get your nails done, get your hair done, get your feet done. Everything could get done here. And what would be a lounge without having a cocktail or a glass of wine or something like that? You can come here and get that done while you're getting pampered. But to the nature at hand and the reason that I'm here is, sitting to my right, we have Reignz. See you getting your nails done, always on point with your game. What's going on with you in music and things of that nature?
Music is going really good. Most recently, my video "Make You Smile" made it to MTV, actually on MTV's Rap Fix with Sway, and also it's been getting a lot of love on MTV Tierra Tres. So shout out to them. And you know, working on some more music. I'm planning on putting out another mixtape with DJ Fat Fingers. So keep an eye out for that. Probably dropping like end of the year. But in the meantime, you know, I'm just running the streets, up in parties.
Always.
Getting pampered at the nail lounge, you know. Typical rapper's day.
Absolutely. And, you know, I know you're working on the new material now with, you know, Make You Smile. You got to check out the video. It's definitely getting his views up and things like that. And you also have Black Benzies. So we want to go back into, you know, the projects that you was working on before you started working on this project, and you had the Calm Before the Storm. Let's talk in depth about some of the producers you work with and some of the individuals you had on that project with you.
Well, I have my in-house producer, Quan Lee. He's my everything go-to man. He's also my cameraman. He's my ace in the pocket, and you know, he produced the majority of the Calm Before the Storm. But I also have my boy from the Bronx, DJ Static, and he's actually going to be on the new project as well. So just working with people that have always been there with me, you know, rocking out with me the whole way. That have always supported me, so I'm supporting them in return, and you know, we make up music together. As far as features, I'm still working on the features. I have a few that I'm not going to mention right now. They're a little surprise. You'll hear it when the project drops, but this project is definitely going to be, the first one was the Calm Before the Storm, and this one's the storm is coming, basically. So just I'll leave you with that as far as that's concerned.
Most certainly, we're going to definitely be on the lookout for that storm to come. But as you ladies and gentlemen can see, this young lady right here, she's very beautiful, always getting herself pampered. But don't let the looks fool you. She spits with a ferocity that's unlike any other. Let's talk about some of your upcoming from the foundation of where you started. I know you started off as a poetry slam artist. You want to talk about the foundation from, you know, converting from doing the poetry into making music?
Absolutely. I mean, basically, it was more of a need for me just to be able to vent and to, you know, just get my thoughts out. I was going through a lot during the time when I started to write poetry. You know, I dibbled and dabbled with it just coming up, but, you know, I reached a point in my life where I took it a lot more seriously. And that's when I was in school, and I had just given birth to my son, and, you know, all the transitions and everything else that a girl goes through. And for me, it was just a lot of stress, and I had to get it out. So that's how I started with the slam poetry. I was performing in open mics at school to begin with, and then I started venturing out downtown and whatnot. But the way it transitioned into what I do now is basically people just started like coming up to me and was asking me like, do you rap? Do you rap? And that's because all my poetry rhymed, and even though I didn't realize it, when I was writing my poetry at night or whatever, I had music in the background, like real low, just to mellow out, and I never paid attention to it, but I was writing to the beat. It was just something that happened naturally. I guess, you know, coming up in the Bronx or whatever, it was in me. But all my poetry had a rhythm and rhyme, and people just were asking me if I spit. And after a little while, you know, being around people who always were rapping, I said, let me just try it out. But definitely wasn't in the plans. It wasn't something I told myself I was going to do, but it was a natural thing for me. And once I really started rapping, I was like, you know what? I think I love this. And the rest is history.
Yes, definitely. And we also want to talk a little bit about, you know, you being on the screen, the big screen. We're going to get into the big screen and things like that. But, you know, we did see you acting in your video, Make You Smile, and other videos you had prior to that. But before those things, you also had something featured, a documentary on yourself on Moon Dose. You want to give us a little feedback and insight on what took place with Moon Dose and why they even actually did the documentary on you?
Sure. Actually, back when I was in school, I was, you know, I was still deciding what I wanted to be. And I knew I wanted to do music, but, you know, of course, that's a long shot for most of the time. You know, it's not a guarantee. And I knew that coming into it. So I said, let me just pick a major that's going to be in the same vein. So I decided to major in mass communications. And through my major, I was able to get some internships. And I was interning with Moon Dose. And we were based in New York, obviously, and we had to, part of our assignment was to hold an event, a non-for-profit event at a New York venue. And basically, you know, was able, through everything we were doing with Moon Dose, we threw some great events. And I guess that's how they were introduced to what I do, because I performed at the event, you know, it's a shameless promo. So I just threw myself up in there. And they were like, you know what, you're pretty good. You know, what's up with you? So that's how I was able to get the documentary, and it was actually a pretty big deal for me. But I guess I didn't know how to, I didn't even really grasp it at the time. I was excited and everything, but I didn't really realize how big that actually is. It was 30 minutes long, documentary on just me and, you know, everything else that I do, and it was actually pretty cool. So shout out to Moon Dose.
Yes, and I'm glad you even mentioned the nonprofit work, because I definitely wanted to get into that, because that's exactly where I got to meet you. I mean, I heard your name before, but seeing you in the physical was at a nonprofit organization with cloth here in the Heights as well, and it was beating hunger in the Heights. So, you know, we basically got to meet each other there. You did a little performance there. Let's talk about some of your work that you do with, you know, giving back to the community, because that is a big thing to do, and it was actually good to see you there as well.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. You know, it's just important to give back. You know, like I'm born and raised in the Bronx. You know, coming up, we didn't have much. You know, and we always needed help too. So just giving back is something that I always wanted to do. And you know, you don't have to have a lot of money, or you don't have to be, you know, superstar to help anybody. You just have to have a good heart. And a good friend of mine, Christian Brown, was organizing the event. He's actually the hot model in the Make You Smile video, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure a lot of ladies do know who I'm talking about. So shout out to him. He reached out to me. He's like, you know, can you come through, just do a little something for us or whatever? And I was more than happy to do it. So I hope we were able to help some people. And I love to help. I've done plenty of non-for-profit events, a lot of cancer benefits. Some good friends of mine actually were diagnosed with cancer. So luckily one of them was able to beat it, and she's still in remission, so God bless her. And I have another one that's recently diagnosed with thyroid cancer. So anything that I can do, like I said, to help, if time permits or whatnot, you know, I'll make the time for it. Just got to give back, you know, it's important.
Most certainly. I mean, you did take away from my thunder. I was going to get into your love interest in that video, Make You Smile, with my boy Christian Brown. But, you know, being that you was talking about all of the good things you're doing with the community and things like that, you know, the softer side of Mala, we want to talk about Bad Girls Rule. Let's talk about the Bad Girls Rule.
Let's do, please. Bad Girls Rule. Well, first and foremost, my name, Mala, is Spanish. It means bad girl. And Reignz is actually R-E-I-G-N-Z, not the rain from the sky. It's the other rain. Yeah, basically to dominate, you know, like how a queen will reign over the countryside and just, you know, kind of just be the boss of things. That's basically my name. And Mala, by the way, is actually my name. Malave is my last name. So that's where that comes from. And the Bad Girls Rule is just my motto. You know, when you translate what my name means, it's pretty much Bad Girls
Speaking
Rule.
of the Bad Girls Rule, check out this logo thing here. So you want to give us a little explanation on the foundation of this?
It means bad girls rule. So that's my motto. I shout it out all the time. And, you know, basically, like for me, a bad girl is a woman that's strong, independent, you know, that carries her own, that takes care of her business. You know, she respects herself and she commands respect no matter where she goes. So, you know, if any of those qualities describe you, then you're a bad girl. Shout out to all the bad girls in the world that's holding it down, you know. And we're making a name for ourselves. So, you know, let them know bad girls rule.
Absolutely. So where did you come up with this little trinket here? I know this is your own personal thing here as well.
Yeah, that's my logo. That's my little bad girl right there. You know, right now that's the prototype. I'm the only one that owns a chain like that. But hopefully one day, if all goes well, I'll be able to mass produce them, and every bad girl in the world can buy their own bad girl chain. That's the plan.
Yes, and we definitely got to say thank you to Nail Salon. We want to say thanks for having us here. And Maite is right here doing a magnificent job on her nails. We've been here for the whole process.
She got skills right here. So check out Maite. Was it Maite Nail Lounge? Maite Nail Lounge on Instagram. Shout out to Kiana too and the whole Nail Lounge crew. Always showing me love. Shout out to Nikki Jams, DJ Beans, the whole Scala team, Scala Music team. Quan Lee TV on the way. And I think we're going to jump into some other stuff right after this. I don't know. What you think?
Yeah, I think we're about to do some. We're going to be jumping around. So before we do get ready to get out of here and go on set for something else, we want to talk about what's to come for Mala Reignz in 2013.
Absolutely. You know, just look out. First and foremost, look out for the video Make You Smile on MTV right now. Make sure you request it. Request it at your local radio station. That's featuring Imani. And look out for the new mixtape, which will be out hopefully by the end of the year, probably before the end of the year. And that'll be with DJ Fat Fingers. Shout out to the whole Heavy Hitters team. And just, you know, with me, it's just I'm always working. I'm always recording. I'm always in the studio and trying to make stuff happen. So it's always surprises from me. So the best thing to do is just look out for me. You can check my whole website out, malareignz.com. Everything is up there. And I love getting the Instagram love and Twitter love. So hit me up. Everything Mala Reignz. Facebook Mala Reignz, Twitter Mala Reignz, Instagram Mala Reignz, and Google. Whole bunch of stuff will pop up, you know, and I always respond back. So anybody that shows me love, I show you love right back. Especially my bad girls, because, you know, I got to hold them down.
Especially the bad girls. So like I was talking about your acting career earlier. Are we looking to see you on the big screen or even on TV sometime soon? I think we're going to see you on TV really soon, actually. But how about the big screen?
I would love to, actually. You know, we do a lot of acting in the videos and stuff like that. It's always something that I've been really into. I used to act even before I was even rapping. I was in school acting and doing shows and whatnot. So it's a natural thing that I do anyway, you know, and I'm a woman. So we good at that. Yeah, I would love to. I actually would love to do like a comedy. Like, for real.
I think it would work because the Dum Da Dum, that video was kind of comical in a sense too. I kind of liked it. I like the whole feel of it. But yeah, we definitely want to see more of Mala Reignz, and that's MalaReignz. Just want to spell that all correct for y'all, just so y'all can check out all of her handles and things like that on the social web. We definitely want to thank Nail Lounge for having us here. We appreciate the hospitality and things like that. You got to look them up as well. As always, I'm your host, MrVocabTV for Vocab TV, Vocab Magazine. Mala Reignz to my right here, still getting pampered. And we definitely going to be looking to seeing more for her coming into 2013. Beauty, swag, and fashion is our lifestyle. We only want to make it yours. Until next time. Deuces.
Really care less, so he be texting if she let him, he gon' cheat on her next. She can have that stress, I'm on to the next. Start off at the stomach, then it's on to the boy, you really on your J.O. I dig the way you sex it. Be going down for hours, that's a crazy work ethic. Could get you a promotion, you keep that head extensive. Respect women, but you beat that like it's sexist. He don't even need the Lexus, but he got one, and I be on my cherry darling. Rock shotgun, shot so then we floor until we out one, baby. Long as I'm with you, know I always got one.
Reason to leave it. And the time is up, and I never really ever treat you better. So I'm picking you up, 'cause you gotta leave, so you can see what this could be.
messages that you sending me, cute little notes to me, asking questions like what you wearing. The answer's always the same. Nothing out when you coming over. Responses, I'm on my way. Make sure that is rolled up, and we gon' live in the moment like we was meant to do it. I'll show you a side of bad you gon' need.